Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you people are fine. Today's topic is very important. This is the process improvement analysis 24 inch into 38.50 mm and oil defects. So what is this? We will discuss one by one. This is very important subject. Prior to start this subject, I want to say those people still not subscribe my channel, please subscribe to get the regular updates and you will not miss any videos in the future, and it will encourage me to help you a lot. Okay, so let's start. So this is the process improvement analysis sort. So 24 inch into 38.50 mm, what is this? This is the one pipe dimension I am telling to you. Actually, you know, there are in India there are so many big companies are there for the API fiber manufacturing industry. Like you can say the welspun is the big one. I was there. Anyway, that industry is very helpful to get the knowledge how to make the API fiber pipe. What are the things are there? So today we will discuss the process improvement. In that process, what we have to do, what you need to check in the tag welding, in the continuous welding, in the wire feeding, whatever is there, we need to check one by one. Also, the very important things we will discuss today, the what are the defects will be there in that type of industry in welding defects, and how we have to do the corrective action. So let's start. So just I am giving example here, 24 in 30.50 mm. Bevel parameter we have to see first. You see the bevel parameter. This type of joint is there. You can see in that industry this type of joint. As per the client requirement, always the joint preparation will be there. You see the joint. This is 11 mm. This is the root face, and this is 13 mm. This is 14.50. So this dimension also not same. Here and here it is not same. You see 13 mm and 14.50 mm, and the thickness of the plate is 38.50 mm. So you see here the running parameter 24 inch into 38.50 mm internal welding. What is running parameter for this internal welding? Be remember, in this internal welding and the external welding for API fiber line pipe at the same time it will be going on to get the good quality sound welding. Otherwise it will be a big problem for to get the sound quality. It may become defect in this welding. So let's see the stick out wire distance. This is the very important thing, so you should know. What is stick out? Stick out is from here. We'll see here stick out. You see this is your electrode wire, this is your electrode wire, this is your electrode wire, feeding wire. From here to here, this distance, if it is welding, is this one. So see here from here to here, here to here, here to here. Okay, so this is your plate maybe. Okay, just assume this is your plate. So this is your stick out distance, this one stick out. Okay, and this one from here to here, this is the wire distance. So stick out is one is 34. It will be different as per the WPS. One is 32, another is 40, because of the three wire is there. One is 32, it may be here. One is 32, 34, 32, another is 40. And wire distance, this one is 20 and this one is the 20. The same distance it is maintained. It sometimes it may be it is not same distance. Okay. So stick out wire distance, you understand. Now you see the amperage here. In first will be DC. This electrode it should be in DC. Okay. And another one AC. Two electrode feed will be that AC and one electrode feed will be the DC. Amperage is the first one is DC 1175 ampere. This is just assumption 1050 and the 900. And voltage it is 34, 36, 38. 34 is the first one DC, 36 and 31 is the AC. Now the speed is 0.58 meter per minute. So what is the speed? 0.58 meter per minute. So you understand the internal welding. Now we will go for the running parameter, the external welding. The external welding also same here, the stick out wire distance is there. Stick out is little bit different, 33, 35 and 37 the stick out distance, and the wire distance is 20 to 20. One is 20, another is the 22 mm. Okay, and the DC another same here, the DC AC. One is should be in the electrode wire in DC, another two will be the AC. So amperage is 1225, 1925, 1825. This is the assumption. Voltage is 34, 38 and 40. Okay, and the speed is 0.48 meter per minute. So you understand the internal and external welding, what is the minimum requirement, how it is looks like in internal and external welding, what we have to maintain the parameter here. Welding. Now we'll go the very important part, the defects. What type of defects will be there and how we will do the corrective action. First is lack of penetration. So lack of penetration, you can see here, lack of penetration. Lack of penetration means penetration has not been done in proper way. So what could be the reason for the lack of penetration and what will be the corrective action? You see here, lack of penetration. This area has not done the penetration properly, means the root, the welder has not done the root, has melting that area. If it is melting that area is properly, then it will be like this way. So this is called the lack of penetration. What will be the corrective action? You have to do the backshipping to be done properly after ID. If ID is completed, okay, if your ID is completed, internal diameter welding, that if it is completed means this area it is completed, then you have to backchip properly in that area. From this area you have to backchip here, then you have to start the welding. So backshipping to be done properly after ID. Okay, DC wire feeding to be checked during welding. So you have to check the DC wire feeding. Definitely the DC is the for penetration to be done properly. So DC wire feeding should be done. And the jerking of wagon during welding can result in lack of penetration. So if you see there is jerking in wagon, means pipe is going in a wagon. You see this type of wagon is there, but you see here, this is the pipe is going this type of wagon, and this is the welding joint is in this way it is going on. Okay, so jerking of wagon during welding can result in lack of penetration. If there is a jerking in wagon, definitely lack of penetration could be there. Welding parameter like amperage, voltage and etc. to be checked and maintained as per PQR. So if welding parameter, if you maintain as per the PQR, as per the WPS, definitely you can get the correct result. To avoid offset proper from tack welding and tack repair station. So corrective actions to avoid offset, you have to avoid offset proper from tack welding and tack repair station. So you understand the lack of penetration. Now we'll go the bead off. What is bead off? You see bead off means mismatch. You see this is the outer side bead and this is the inner side bead. So this is the bead off. This is your axis. Okay, so bead is coming, one side is like that, it's not in middle. Okay, so corrective action. What is corrective action? Before welding a pipe, this is very important, should be set at ID 6 o'clock and OD is 12 o'clock. So ID should be in 6 o'clock and OD in the 12 o'clock, so pipe should be set. Laser guide tracking. So when you are doing welding, means you are doing welding in this joint, so from here to one laser welding joint, laser light should be tracking properly. Laser guide tracking light and wire alignment should be checked at the starting of every shift. So when you are changing the shift or when you are joining the duty at beginning of the shift, so you have to check that is that laser in light tracking is correct or not. To be checked ID and OD welding width. So welding width, if you check properly, you see one side width is this one, another side width is this one, so you understand the width distance is varying, so definitely it can be bead off. Use laser tracking tab to tab during welding. So you have to check the laser tracking tab to tab. Should be checked from V groove guide while alignment is proper or not. So V groove you have to check guide wheel, with guide wheel alignment is proper or not. And the last one, most important point, is ending of pipe should be guide wheel and tab groove is proper or not. Okay, so this is the bead off. Now lack of fusion. So you see here lack of fusion. in this area, you see, understand here, in this area and in this area, there is a lack of fusion. This fusion has not been done correctly. So what will be the corrective action? Corrective action to be check fluctuation of current. You have to check the fluctuation of current. Because of fluctuation of current, maybe it is not fusion properly. Okay. To be check wire feeding during welding. If it is not wire feeding properly, it can be done. It could be the lack of fusion. Jerking of wagon, definitely. If there is a jerking of wagon, definitely welding can result of lack of fusion. And last is the wire alignment. If you see, the wire alignment should be checked at starting of every shift. If you are working as this type of industry, definitely you need to wire check, to be checked, like the jerking of wagon, and so the tracking light, every shift we need to check to avoid the welding defects. Overlapping, you see here, overlapping. This is your, okay, here to here, this is your joint, but it is overlap from here to here up to this. So this is called the overlapping, this area. So overlapping, what will be the corrective action? Before welding pipe should be set, this is very important, ID should be 6 o'clock and OD should be 12 o'clock in position. To be check wire straighter, all wires should be checked in straight condition. As per WPS means, whatever the distance, wire distance and the stick out distance should be the same as per the WPS. To be checked bevel angle should be checked. Check your flux guide centering. So flux guide centering also need to check, because after the electrode there is the flux, so flux guide, there is centering, should be in the accurate position. Check your suction nozzle centering. Suction nozzle centering also should be checked. Check contact nozzle hole size. Contact nozzle hole size we have to check. All this important information you have to check in your WPS. Use minimum stick out and wire distance. This is very important. Should be checked V groove and guide wheel alignment is proper or not. So this is also important. So all these things, if the corrective action is need to be taken action for overlapping. Pickling, you see the pickling. How it looks like. This is the pickling. What is the corrective action? Why it is happen? Corrective action is use proper wire. If it is proper wire head angle, then definitely it will not be seen here the pickling. Use minimum wire distance. Minimum wire distance we have to check as per the WPS. Not disturb molten metal and molten slag before proper cooling. You see, there is something is there and you need to just put anything in your molten metal, then definitely you can see there is a pickling. Okay. Increases your flux guide width. So increases your flux guide width, you have to check increase. You have to increase. Use lower level width. So lower level width, if it is used, then it could not be done that pickling. Underfill. So this is underfill. The corrective action is, you see the underfill how it looks like. This is the joint. This area is the underfill. So decrease the arc force, minimum arc voltage. Use lower level width. So arc force you have to decrease, and lower level width if it is used, then you cannot see this underfill. Increases welding current. If you increase this is welding current, then deposition, definitely it will not, this underfill will be occurred. To avoid burn through in tab ending of pipe. So to avoid burn through in tab ending of pipe, you have to avoid the burn through in tab ending of pipe. To be check pipe level both end. So both end you have to check the pipe level. Avoid bent pipe for welding. You have to avoid that bent pipe for welding. To be checked backshipping is proper or not. So you have to check that is the backshipping is proper or not. So all these things you have to check to prevent this underfill. So you understand this, all this important, this defects. So now we'll go the defects. Defects is already discussed. The defects I already explained, and what will be the corrective action. And now instruction for tack welding station. What will be the instruction for that? Ensure that all the 4 taps with the each pipe. So there should be all 4 taps, each pipe it should be engaged. Welding should be from tap to tap. There should be welding should be tap to tap. Offset should not is more than 1 mm. If there is offset more than 1 mm, then that portion should be go for tack welded. For corrective action should be taken immediately. If it is wire and laser alignment with reference to the groove should be checked at beginning of the shift. Every beginning of the shift we have to check the wire and laser alignment. After wire spool change and after every 10 pipes we have to check also alignment after correcting the wire feeding problem. Is there is any problem in wire feeding or not? Ensure proper earthing to the pipe. We have to check the proper earthing is there or not. Proper gauge to be prepared to check the offset of the pipe joint. So proper gauge should be there to check the offset of the pipe joint is there. If there is wire jerk problem or voltage fluctuation more than 0.04 volt in any welding, immediately stop the machine and hand over the machine to maintenance department. Check the machine operational point of the view along with the maintenance. So this is the instruction of the tack welding station. Now instruction for tack repair station. Tack repair station, what is the instruction? Weld defect always should be removed by grinding and weld with the approved procedure. Okay. Earthing should be applied only on the taps. So earthing only applied in the taps only. Every pipe should check for lumps in the joint. So pipe should be checked there is any lump in the joint or not. Pipe should be free from dust, any foreign material including water. So there should not be any dust and foreign material including water in the pipe. Offset should not be allowed more than 1 mm. There should not be any offset in more than 1 mm. And dust collector should be work properly. There should be dust collectors to remove the dust, to control the dust in the appropriate limit. Instruction for internal. What internal? Internal welding machine. So what is the instruction is there? Make sure that the pipe should be free from dust. There should not be any dust on the foreign material including water. Set the pipe at 6 o'clock position. If there any twist, then adjust 50 to 50% at the both ends on each machine. So if there is any problem to adjust at 6 o'clock position, then you have to adjust in 50 to 50% at the both ends. Check the alignment of the wires and the guide wheel with reference to the joint at the beginning of the shift after every 10 pipes. So after every 10 pipe we have to check the alignment of the wire and the guide wheel. Check the ID welding of first 5 pipes. You have to check the ID welding of the first 5 pipes at the beginning of each shift. 1 pipe after every 5 pipes. Plug should be preheat at 350 degrees centigrade for 2 hours and cool to 80 degrees centigrade only, then take into the process without fail. So flux is need to be preheated. If there is jerk problem in any wagon, immediately what will happen? You need to stop the machine and hand over the wagon to maintenance department. If there is wire jerk problem, if you see, and the voltage fluctuation more than 4 volt in any welding machine, immediately what you have to do is stop the machine and hand over the machine to maintenance department. And another one is the instruction for backshipping. How we have to do backshipping? You see here, remove the manual GMAW by grinding of each pipe. So you have to remove the manual GMAW by grinding of each pipe. Make 4 to 5 mm deep groove at F end and tail end up to 350 mm on each pipe and clean the groove up with wire brushing. So I make 4 to 5 mm deep groove at F end and T end and up to 350 mm on each pipe and clean the groove with wire brushing. Instruction of external welding. So instruction of external welding machine, what? Ensure proper grinding before OD. So proper grinding you have to check before you have to start the OD. Set the pipe at 12 o'clock position. If there is any twist, then adjust 50 to 50% at the both ends on each machine. On each machine we have to set that set the pipe at 12 o'clock position. If there is any twist, then adjust it 50 to 50% at the both ends. You have to adjust 50 to 50% if there is any problem. Check the alignment of the wires. You have to check the alignments of the wires, spotlight, laser with reference to the joint at the beginning of the shift and after every 10 pipes. Check the OD welding of first 5 pipes at the beginning of the shift, 1 pipe after every 5 pipes. Means every shift we have to check first 5 pipes visual OD welding. Flux should preheat at 350 degrees centigrade and also cool also 80 degrees centigrade. Only then we can take into process without fail. If there is jerk problem in any wagon, immediately you have to go to the maintenance department. If there is a jerk problem and voltage fluctuation more, same, you have to ask to maintenance department to solve this. So I hope you understand all the instruction of this pipe welding. This is very important subject for defect and instruction of the external and internal welding. What we have to do for the proper, we can get this joint quality, means weld quality. So thanks for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe to get the regular video, and you will not miss any videos if you subscribe my channel. And you know very well, every Tuesday and Friday I am uploading the video in evening 7 afternoon 5 to evening 7 p.m. So you will get the notification also if you subscribe my channel. Thanks a lot. Take care and see you in the next video.